Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show, reviews. And today I'm reviewing The Equalizer, Season 3, Episode 14. It's entitled No Good Deed, coming to you from CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus. So, what did I think about it, and should you be watching? Before we get into the review, get down there, hit like on this video. This week, Robyn's case involves ripped straight from the headlines, migrants being, asylum seekers, migrants, etc., being shipped from the border of the Mexico border and all the way to cities up north, because, that's the thing we do in this country now for political reasons. And it involves a politician who tries to lead by example and gets murdered, and the blame for the murders pinned on a migrant that she hosted in her home. But all does not seem to be as it appears, straight up. And his wife insists that that he did not, commit this crime. So it's up to Robyn and Mel and Harry to sort of figure out what's really going on, who's the culprit, and it may lead to higher up than maybe it initially seems. At the same time, Aunt Vi has a student. She's teaching art now. She has a young student who is very promising, but also seems to be, through his art, communicating that something's not all right at home. And he's I guess a foster kid, and she wants to get involved and is encouraged by Robyn and Delilah to try to use her Aunt Vi magic. She's her intuition and her just dogged determination to try to help this boy and to figure out what's going on in his home life. And also at the same time, you got kind of as like a C plot, but like a very small one. Detective Dante is trying to figure out where this dude Lolo is that shot his friend Manny. So a lot of stuff going on. As usual, like this show is often doing ripped straight from the headline stories. The only really kind of the unfortunate thing about this particular story is that it was really fresh, like 4 months ago or 5 months ago. But because of, delays and all that stuff that's going on with this season, there's a whole lot of 3-4 week breaks for whatever reason in this season. That's why we're only on, episode 14 of this season. But it was fresh then, and now it's not that it's not still relevant, but like the little stunt dropping off migrants and, busing migrants thousands of miles away, that that sort of has tapered off because it was just a stunt. But that being said, it does raise a question about migrants and asylum seekers and the like. And so what you have here is what seems to be a stereotype that's played up about migrants, where a man he's accused of attempting to kill, or later on charged with murdering this congressperson, who's clearly an Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez stand-in, or somebody like her, and she gets killed in a home, what seems like some kind of home domestic situation. He's blamed for it. He's seen, he's arrested, and so Robyn and Mel sort of follow the breadcrumbs, like who would want to do it. It leads them to questioning a community, a migrant that's a community outreach person, questioning her staff, sort of just kind of following. And of course, there's red herrings. And let me just say, I'm gonna say straight up, this aspect of the show was probably it's just very by the numbers. I hate to say. The only thing that kind of threw me a bit was who ultimately was responsible. But if you look at it, it seems pretty obvious that the first person that was clearly a political rival ends up sort of being behind a bunch of the stuff that and they do ties to him being a former FBI agent that did a lot of intelligence gathering. That's how he was kind of blackmailing people into doing things he wanted in Congress. And that's cool and all and everything, but it wasn't exactly it wasn't really surprising or even all that it wasn't all that entertaining to see, because we didn't get to see him get personally taken down. We really got to see his lackey getting taken down. And it all kind of tied up in a nice, neat bow. Yeah, there was, so like I said, red herrings about the community organizer, or this whole thing about selling a necklace that was supposed to have been missing. The husband was just basically accusing them of stealing, but they didn't steal it. I mean, there's all this stuff going on to sort of make it look like, oh, maybe he really did do it. And obviously he really didn't do it. Like, that's not the way this sort of show plays. Like, we don't get episodes where, Robyn's just like, I'm going to help you out, and then realize, oh, you're full of shit. So we don't really see those. So this really was, I guess, in a way, it was really more sort of exposing sort of this kind of story and the circumstance and everything, and kind of giving a message about the whole migrant crisis, if you will. So that wasn't really the interesting part. The interesting part to me was Aunt Vi being Aunt Vi. She's such a strong character, and they've given her a lot more to do as the seasons have progressed. And now she, like she said, she's an art teacher, and she has this vibe about this student. And it was really kind of like, emotionally impactful to kind of watch her, try to build trust with this young man, to try to figure out what's going on with him. And then literally spend hours, tailing him around or trying to find him around the streets, thinking he's going to get into some major trouble, and then sort of saving him and realizing and getting the story from him about a brother who was he's in the foster system, a bad foster parent trying to run away, and the older brother runs away and he doesn't, and just feeling guilty about not going with him, and really has been spending time trying to find his brother. And it's really gratifying to see Aunt Vi, she lives her convictions and everything. And the way she really tried to help him by doing something that was not possible in the first season, which was to ask Detective Dante for help through Robyn. And just seeing how, just putting that kind of bug in Dante's ear gets, the two brothers reunited, and really kind of, it makes you really see that Aunt Vi does a little equalizing of her own, if you will, and which is something I really enjoy. And also, it was just really fun to see her hand those red velvet cupcakes to Detective Dante, and he's just like, hey, whenever you need help. So it was fun. Just like that part of Robyn's life seems sometimes to be closed off from Delilah and from Aunt Vi, but between D boxing at Manny's gym, and now she's really kind of talked to him, and Aunt Vi talked to him outside of the crisis at the very beginning of the season. Between all of that, it seems like they're the gap between Robyn's equalizing and her family, maybe that's short, it's becoming very short, and I do enjoy that. And of course, it all ends up with a really sweet little bit where there's a big family group hug or whatever between Robyn and Dee and Aunt Vi, and just appreciating each other. And that to me is what makes this show work. Like, if it was just the part with her looking for whoever killed the congressperson, it'd have been an okay episode. But what really brings it home is that the family life, the family aspect of it really strengthens the show. And the parallels between the two cases or whatever, the two storylines, is always nice. But just seeing those three generations of women kind of coming together, it's really very gratifying. So overall, thanks to that part, it really kind of brought this up and I enjoyed the episode quite a bit. Just the action part, not so much, but the family stuff very much so. So anyway, those are my thoughts on this episode. What did you guys think about it? What did you think about what I had to say? Get down to the comment section, leave your thoughts there. And of course, you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And do me a favor, get down there, hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff helps more people to see this channel and to see these reviews. All right, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, thanks for joining me. Come back next week. We're going to be reviewing yet another episode of The Equalizer. Until then, I've been Mo De Pape, your resident fabricant and comment extraordinaire on all things pop culture, and I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.